And Bruce Mansfield, what made you do this? Was it... Ladies and gentlemen, I have had the opportunity in the last couple of days of knowing exactly what it's like to be inside Big Brother. It was great to get in there, but one of the disappointments was, of course, that a couple of nights earlier, Vanessa Wagner had left the show. She and Tony Mundine were the first two to be evicted on Celebrity Big Brother, but the bonus is that she is with us this morning on GMA, and we welcome Vanessa to the show.
Thanks, darling.
Good morning, Vanessa. Thank you. Lovely to see you. Well, how did you feel about getting the old heave-ho?
Well, you know, I've always been the underdog, Bert, and so it was really quite familiar territory for me.
And what about Tony Mundine along with you? Because you really bonded, didn't you, you and Mr Mundine?
Yes, it was like Bondcrete.
Yeah,
we were like chalk and cheese, but once we got down to the nitty-gritty and had some discussions about religion, about sport, about high heels and about boxing, we realised we had quite a bit in common.
Did you have to think pretty hard about going into Celebrity Big Brother? Did they have to talk you into it?
No, not at all. I'm a total celebrity/charity slut.
Yes.
And, you know, I love the attention, and I do feel that mainstream Australia has ignored me a little bit, so I jumped at the opportunity, but I also have spent a lot of time helping not unfortunate, but less fortunate Australians.
Right.
So it was an easy decision.
What was it like in there for you?
It was quite surreal at first. I mean, I've never had such incredible dreams and nightmares in all my life. And, you know, being such a show pony, I thought having those mirrors would be easy, but no, it was freaky. Really freaky.
Did you sleep well?
No, I didn't. It was quite difficult. I mean, as you may have seen, Kimberly quite likes the juice, and also it seems to have a little fear of going to sleep at night. So, and of course, Sarah Marie Foghorn Leghorn, clacking around the house at all hours, screeching her voice off. So it was quite difficult to sleep.
Who are your favourites?
I'd have to say Dylan. Dylan, because he could play music, keep us entertained at night, save us from going crazy. And I think Dylan was my favourite, and Dylan. And apart from that, that's it, Dylan.
The rest were rubbish, were they?
They weren't rubbish, but it was difficult at times to hold a decent conversation with some of them. And I realised that the charity on the outside didn't necessarily transfer to the inside of the house.
What about Imogen? What did you think of Imogen?
I thought Imogen was sweet. As you know, you picked her up quite easily. She's a little button of a thing, isn't she?
She certainly is.
She's not my idea of a stereotypically beautiful woman, but I'm sure many Australian men would say that's wrong, Vanessa. Sweet, a little vacuous.
Were you surprised to be evicted?
No, I mean, I was warned early on that mainstream Australia might find this colour a little distressing, and for some of the people who weren't brought up in the 70s, when Australian television really was colourful and interesting, you know, that this is a freaky thing, and couldn't deal with it. But no, I was both surprised and relieved.
What does this man mean to you? Just have a look at the monitor there, Vanessa, if you will. What does he mean to you?
He represents the inner part of me. It's my male drag character, if you like. As RuPaul once said, we're all in drag the minute we wake up out of bed. And that's just my male alter ego.
Well, there's Tobin. That's the guy we're talking about.
Yes.
When you wake up in the morning, are you Vanessa or are you Tobin?
No, I'm definitely Tobin. And of course, for special occasions and for appearances and for such delightful legends as yourself, I'm this Vanessa.
Well, I tell you, I reckon you brought a lot of fun to the house. I'm not too sure whether you're right in saying mainstream Australia didn't really appreciate you, because I think the important thing in any Big Brother house now that we've seen, this is the third one, it's important now to have a look at that.
Oh.
Jade Hurley would be suicidal. That is wonderful.
Some of them light up, some of them don't.
I just love them. But I think that
great weapon too.
You've got to have a lot of fun, and you brought fun to the house.
That's the idea. It's to create mirth and merriment. It's to also make the kids sort of laugh and realise that life shouldn't be taken too seriously. But deep down, there's a message to what I do as well.
Who do you think will win?
I'd have to say it's going to be a photo finish between Dylan and Sarah Marie.
And you're hoping for Dylan? I'm
hoping for Dylan. I mean, I know Sarah Marie was apparently robbed of the title from the first series, but frankly, I think Dylan is providing some real relief from some of the boredom and difficulties inside the house.
He's got a lot up there, Dylan, hasn't he? When you see him do his television stuff, and you might think that perhaps he's not quite as intelligent as he really is. He's a deep-thinking young bloke, isn't he?
Yes, I mean, he's just in his late 20s, and it's lovely to have an inquiring mind. I feel sometimes people tend to just sort of do as they're told and toe the line, and I think Dylan's great. He wants to change the world for the better, and of course I've always been a little bit of a social agitator, and we've got that in common, and I find that very respectable.
Any love life in the house for you?
No, I didn't even get to love myself, actually. No. I mean, of course, the reflection was there, and times that was annoying, and times it was quite exciting. But no, it was a time for introspection, vanity, charity, but no downstairs action, if that's what you're alluding to, Bert.
If you've just tuned over, we're doing an in-depth chat with someone who's very important on our show, Moira. And Vanessa, please thank Tobin for allowing you to come in this morning. Of course. And it's a great pleasure to meet you, and thanks for the fun that you've given us, not only in Big Brother, but all the stuff that you do, and also I think it should be known how much you do for charity, which is just terrific. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, darling.
I wish you well.
Lovely.
And lovely to feel your rings there. To look at them. They are, as I say, Jade Hurley would be throwing himself off a pier at this very moment as we speak. And now here's the aforementioned Moira.